Actually, I am taking the class first time in the college. So if there is a power disruption or there is a net, the disturbance in the net, it may be disconnected. Okay. Have you solved the problems on that self and mutual GMD? Yes, sir. Okay. So once we have given the PPT on the rows, whatever is there in the PPT, it's already there in the book, I think. Few are giving me messages, sir, give the PPT. What is the requirement PPT? I don't understand. Still, I have given it, but whatever is written in the PPT, that is already in the book, and I have shared the book. So why you need the PPT again? ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଦିଟା କ୍ଲାସରେ 1000 କ'ଣ 100 କ୍ରସ୍ କରିବାକୁ ହେଲେ ମୁଁ ଦିଟା ଲିଙ୍କ ଦେଲି, ତାପରେ ଯୋଉ ଦିନଠୁ ଦିଟା ଲିଙ୍କ ଦେଲିଣି ସେପଟୁ କେବେ 100 ଆଉ କ୍ରସ୍ ହଉନି। ସୌମ୍ୟ କହିଥିଲା ସାର୍ ଫାଷ୍ଟ 2 ଦିନ କ୍ଲାସ ଖାଲି ଆସିବେ ତାପରେ ଆସିବେନି ପିଲା। Okay, let us start the class. Okay, last class we have learned how to calculate the inductance, and the term that was important in case of inductance is the flux linkage. Okay, similarly, when we go to calculate the capacitance, the term we will be concentrating on is the potential difference. Okay, and you know what is the formula for Q equal to CB. So you will be using that formula, but as there is importance of flux linkage in inductance, similarly, the potential difference calculation is important in case of capacitance. Okay. Now, this is the basic things you have already known. What is the electric potential? It is the potential at a point is the work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to that point. That concept is there from school days. Okay. Now let us consider that what is the potential at a charge conductor when you are considering a single conductor. So let us say it is having a potential of VA, the electric intensity at a distance x from the center of the conductor through a medium of air. Okay, so that will be given by E equal to QA by 2 pi epsilon 0 x. X is the distance as which we are calculating the potential difference. Okay, and therefore the potential difference between conductors A and infinity, because when you are calculating in potential, generally it is taken up to the infinity distance if you want to calculate the total potential difference. So here the integration will be from r to infinity qa by 2 pi x epsilon 0. Okay, so ultimately we have to deal with this integration, and obviously when it is dx by x, the term will be ln x from r to infinity. Okay, so this formula is important from the capacitance point of view. Now you can see, let us say this, there is a group of conductor. So here you have to calculate the potential at, let us say you are calculating the potential at point A, so you have to calculate the potential from each of the rest of the 5 conductors. Okay, so for that, first we need to have that value r to infinity. Here we will have the term d. Okay, so when you will see the formula, so that I have given, if you have large number of conductors and each are carrying a charge of QA, QB, QC, coulomb per meter square, then how to calculate it? The potential due to its own charge. Okay, there was the flux linkage, here the potential. Now due to its own charge, QA by 2 pi epsilon 0 dx, and due to other conductor charges, let us say the charge QB in the second conductor. So QB by 2 pi epsilon 0 into dx, but see the difference. Here it is r to infinity when you are considering the self or own charge, and it will be d1 to infinity when you are considering the other charge, because that second conductor is at a distance of d1. See here, the B conductor is at a distance of d1, so it is from d1 to infinity. If I consider for the third conductor, d2 to infinity, d3 for F conductor, d3 to infinity. Like that, you have to calculate for all the possible conductors in that periphery. Okay, once you have that, then the total potential will be sum. Potential can be additive. Okay, and depending on the charge, that may be additive or subtractive. But if it is opposite, it is carrying a opposite coulomb, then Q will be minus. But all these will be plus. Depending on the sign of the charge it is carrying, it will be plus or minus. QA value will be plus or minus. Okay. So total potential, you can see it will be sum of all the individual potentials due to self and due to the mutual potentials. Now, if you expand it, so as I have told, it will be ln term. So ln infinity like that. Okay. So ultimately, this will be this formula, ln infinity common sum of the charges, and this is the rest of the formula. Now, when you are having a balance system, sum of all the charges. If let us say two conductor system, QA will be, let us say, carrying a current of I, QB will be carrying a current of minus I. So in a balance system, sum of these all charges will be 0. So the second term vanishes, only the first term will remain, and there you will see it is exactly similar to that of the flux linkage term. Okay, there in flux linkage, this was current. Okay, so ln 1 by R for the rest of the conductor, 1 by d1, 1 by up to how many conductors are there. Let us say n minus 1 conductor, total n number of conductors, and rest conductors are n minus 1. So you will be taking up to this term. As I have told, sum of balance condition, sum of the charges will be equal to 0. So the final term will be this one. So once you have calculated the potential difference, then we will be calculating the capacitance. Now again, when you will go to any specific case, you will see how to calculate the capacitance from the potential. Okay, let us take a two wire system or single phase system. As I have told, if one is carrying a current I or plus Q, the other one will be carrying a current of minus Q because it is in the opposite direction. This is the from generator or from the source to the load. This is from the load to the generator. It is a return path. So therefore, always the current in the second conductor will be opposite. Okay, and it is assumed that each conductor is having a radius of R and at a distance of D. So exactly using the same concept. So for the self potential R to infinity, for the mutual potential D to infinity. Okay, and as I have told, the sum, each of the terms will be added. Only the charge will be plus Q or minus Q. Okay, so for the self one, if I will take the charge is plus, for the return path the charge is minus Q. So just putting that values, ln infinity by R and like that, and infinity whole into Q plus Q will be cancelled, Q plus and minus Q. So only final term will be Q by 2 pi epsilon 0 ln D by R. Okay. Now once you have the potential difference, now similarly for the second conductor also it is calculated. Okay. Now the difference between the first term and second term is the charge Q. Okay. Otherwise the term is exactly the same, D by R, D by R. Once you have the potential difference, then we need to calculate the difference of the potential, because we are calculating it. I have told you capacitance is of two types. Either it will be between two conductors or between the conductor and the earth. Initially, we are considering only the case it is when it is between the conductors. Okay. So what is the potential difference between the two conductors? VA minus VB. Okay. Second one is minus. Therefore, minus and minus becomes plus. Therefore, instead of writing VA minus VB, it is written 2VA. So 2Q by 2 by epsilon 0 ln D by R. Once you have that potential difference, how to calculate the capacitance? Q equal to CV. So C equal to Q by VAB. So just substitute the value. So CAB will be pi epsilon 0 ln D by R. Okay. So this is the final formula for a capacitance of a single phase system or two wire system. So exactly in the same manner, you can calculate for three phase system also. Now one more thing, it is the capacitance between two conductors. Sometimes in case of calculation, we generally take the per phase system. Okay, so if we are taking per phase system, generally the capacitance will be calculated with respect to neutral. So if CAB is the capacitance between two conductors, how to calculate it between the neutral? I can say that this is plus B and this is minus B. Okay, so the intermediate position will be at a potential of 0. So that 0 point will be taken as the neutral point. So if that is the case, what we have calculated is the capacitance between A and B. So if I will consider a neutral point in between, so I will equally divide them into two halves as we do in case of T network. So such that sum of these two is AB. So that means these two capacitors in series will give you a net capacitance value of CAB. So that means in each of them will be 2 CAB. So when you are calculating capacitance with respect to the neutral, always multiply 2 in case of single phase system. Okay. So capacitance to neutral will be 2 times the value of CAB. So that is the thing when you require, because sometimes we do the calculation, the circuits are given in per phase values or single phase circuits are given for calculation. So there, if the capacitance is given in line to line value, which is this one, this is a line to line CAB. So you have to calculate it for the per phase value. Similarly, as we have done in case of inductance, capacitance of a 3-phase overhead line. Okay. Here I have taken the symmetrical one. You can look for the unsymmetrical also in the book. Okay. So here I will take QA, QB, and QC are the three charges for meter length. And as it is a 3-phase circuit, I will say IA plus IB plus IC equal to 0, or QA plus QB plus QC equal to 0. Okay. Now consider the first conductor A. So there will be a self potential and there will be a mutual potential due to B and C. So self potential you can see R to infinity QA by 2 pi x epsilon 0 due to the conductor B, QB d to infinity 2 pi epsilon 0, and for C it is 2 pi epsilon 0 d to infinity. So then it is a regular simplification. All infinity terms will be vanishing because QA plus QB equal to plus QC equal to 0. So final expression will be 2 pi epsilon 0 QA ln 1 by R, QB ln 1 by D, and QC ln 1 by D. Okay, that calculation QA plus QB equal to 0 if I put. So now this, there is two terms here. So 1 by D, ln 1 by D if I will take common QB plus QC. Okay. And QB plus QC is equal to minus QA, as QA plus QB plus QC equal to 0. So if I substitute that, this will be the formula, and we will simplify it. That becomes QA by 2 pi epsilon 0 ln D by R. Okay. So the capacitance of the conductor with respect to neutral will be this one. So QA by VA. So that is the value. Similarly, you can also calculate it for the other conductors. As it is a symmetrical system, CA equal to CB will be equal to CC, and all of them will be of this value. And similarly, to have the effect of on symmetrical capacitance, we have the transposition also. Okay. So if we will do the transposition, then instead of here is what you have calculated for individual value, then you have to take it for average value of each of them. Okay. So let us say the capacity, the three conductors are separated like this: D1, D2, and D3. So for the first one, or in this first case, you calculate the value of the potential. Similarly, in the second case, you calculate the value of the potential, and in the third case, you calculate the value of the potential. And finally, you will be taking the average value of that, because each conductor is going to have each position for certain duration of length. Okay. So that is done, as I have already discussed in case of inductance calculations. I am not discussing again. That is done because we need to have equal voltage drop in the transmission line. So as I have told, V1 is calculated here. Similarly, V2 and V3. And then you get the average value of that, V1 plus V2 plus V3 by 3. And then it is a simplification of that. And ultimately, the value will be QA by 2 pi epsilon 0 ln D1, D2, D3 cube root by R. And if you remember, in case of inductance also, you are getting exactly the ln term like this. Okay. So if you go by that term, cell GMD and mutual GMD, this was the value of dm by ds. Okay. So dm value is same whether you are calculating it for a capacitance or whether you are calculating it for an inductance. Okay. Now, once you have the value of VA, then you can calculate the value of capacitance by Q by VA form, and this is the value of capacitance when you have a transposition. Okay. What is the value of capacitance when there was no transposition? Simplified, 2 pi epsilon 0 ln d by r. So now we have the average value of that. So cube root is there, and this is the value of capacitance. Okay. Now you can have problems on that. Exactly the same problem, but only there is a slight change in the formula. Okay, a single phase transmission line has two parallel conductors 3 meter apart. So D is equal to 3. Radius of conductor is 1 centimeter. So here it is meter, here it is in centimeter. So you need to convert them into a similar unit. Calculate the capacitance of the line per kilometer. And epsilon 0 value is given 8.854 into minus 12. Sometimes it is given, sometimes it is not given. I think the epsilon 0 value is there in the calculator itself, or you remember 8.854 into 10 to minus 12. Like there, in case of inductance calculation, 4 pi into 10 to minus 7, like that. You calculate the value of capacitance. Now, just put in the formula, D is given. So, for pi epsilon 0 ln d by r. So, D is 300, R is this one. So, you will calculate the value of capacitance. And the value of capacitance you will calculate is per kilometer. So, if you want to calculate it per meter, so just multiply 1000. So, this is per meter, this is per kilometer. So, sometimes you have to check whether the question is asking per meter or per kilometer. Similar problem here. Now coming to this one. Okay. So already, as you have solved already the self and mutual GMD problem, we can apply the same rule here to calculate the. Now here the difference will be in case of inductance, it is 2 into 10 to the minus 7 ln dm by ds. But here the ln term will be in the denominator. Okay. So that is the only difference. So here, as you can see, there are 3 conductor system. 3 phase 50 hertz, 66 kV overhead line. The conductor diameter is 1.25 centimeter. If the line current is, the line length is 100 meter, calculate the capacitance per phase, charging current per phase, actually complete transposition of the line. So transposition is given means the D value you need to calculate. If the transposition is not given, then you have to calculate it for one instant and for each of the phase, and they will be different. So the equivalent mutual GMD will be D1, D2, D3 cube root, as we have done in case of inductor. Radius, diameter is given, so radius you calculate. Conductor spacing is D is given. Okay, this one we have calculated. Now line to neutral capacitance will be 2 pi epsilon 0 ln d by r. So there, substituting the value of r, this is the value of neutral to line to neutral capacitance. This is for Faraday per meter. It is asking for 100 kilometers. So multiply 1000 for kilometer and 100 for 100 kilometers. So that will be the final value. Okay. Now coming to this is the capacitance value for 100 kilometers. Charging current IC will be V phase by XC. V phase, so 66 by root 3. If it is not given, then generally it is considered as a star. Okay. So V phase is this one. By this value of capacitance, capacitive reactance will give you the charging current. Okay. Now here you can see, as the length is multiplied directly, if the length increases, the capacitance value increases. Okay. And if the capacitance value increases, what will happen to the value of IC? It is 1 by omega C. So C is in the numerator. So as the capacitance value will increase, the charging current will increase. So you can say that if the transmission line length increases, the charging current also increases. And where this charging current will flow? This charging current will flow through the conductor, but it will not go to the load. Okay. So if I will see this figure, so this charging current will be flowing between C and A, and the current, let us say this is the in current, the return path will be this one. Similarly, another charging current will be between A and B, and there will be another charging current between B and C. Okay. So these charging currents will be flowing through the conductor, but will not go to the load. So this is a loss. Okay. It will be hitting if the conductors, it will be having a voltage drop, but it is not useful as it is not going to reach the load. Okay. Same problem here. Three conductors are there. Now you can also have six conductor problem is not there. So six conductor problem also you can look for exactly similar to that of the inductance. So there also you can calculate the value of capacitance. So this is how you will be calculating capacitance for single phase and three phase system. Now after that, now let us go to, as we are going through the capacitor, let us go to this part. That means capacitance with respect to R. That is called the earth effect of the capacitance on the overhead line. Okay. So ground is assumed to be at zero potential and the conductor is at a higher potential. So to take that effect into account, we assume the circuit like this. This is the ground. This is the conductor which is present. So we assume a pseudo conductor below the ground which is having a negative potential of that one. So that this ground is at the, but that means opposite of this one. So if this is Q, this will be minus Q. If this is minus Q, this will be plus Q. So that as in case of calculating the neutral capacitance we have done, so that the ground will be at zero potential. So the ground capacitance is calculated using this concept that if we are having a conductor above the ground level, we assume that exactly the same conductor is below the ground at the same distance. You can see here the height is h, here also the height is h. Here the distance is d, so here the distance is d. Okay, so this is called capacitance calculation when taking the effect of earth. So just going through the theory part, ground can be assumed to be a perfect conductor in the form of a horizontal plane. Method of images is used while considering this type of problem. The earth is considered to be at zero potential and it is possible only if there is an image of the conductor below the ground. So any one conductor and its image conductor are located at equal distance but in opposite direction from the ground surface, and their charges and potential are equal but in opposite. Opposite because I need to have a ground at zero. Okay. So I am taking this two conductor system. You can also have a three conductor system and apply the same concept. Slide mode होनी. Okay. I think this is visible. Slide mode. Okay. So here, how many conductors are there? So this is a single phase system. So there are two conductors above the ground level, and there are two conductors below the ground level. So I can say it is equivalent to a conductor system, four conductor system. Okay. So when I will consider the voltage or potential at this point, I have a cell potential due to the conductor A, and there will be three mutual potential due to A dash, B dash, and B. Okay. So using that one, you can see that. So VAN, the first one is due to the cell potential. So R to infinity Q by 2 pi epsilon 0 dx by x. So this is due to the cell potential. Then minus Q from D. So D means this one. The second term is for this one. So this is QA means this will be QB minus Q. So this is Q means this is minus Q. So there you can see minus Q 2 pi epsilon 0 D to infinity. Now consider to this one. This term means this conductor. So this is at a higher distance of 2h, and this conductor B dash will have a distance of this 2h square plus d square. Okay. So the conductor which is just below the A conductor is this one. So having a charge of minus Q and a distance of 2h. And B dash, as I've told, it is a diagonal. So 4h square plus d square root over to infinity. And having a charge, this B conductor is having minus Q. So B dash conductor will have a charge of Q. Okay. So this is how you will be taking the effect of earth capacitance. So then it is a simplification of this. All terms are Q. So you take that and simplify it. You will get VAN is Q by 2 pi epsilon 0 ln 2hd by r into 4h square plus d square. So this is simple mathematics, you can do it. And then once you have that, similarly VBN is calculated. Okay. Same calculation, only that the Q term is negative. So once you have VAN and VBN, you can calculate the value of VAB. Okay. So the 2 value is not there. And then H is taken the common from both numerator and denominator, so this is to be simplified. Then once you have VAB, you can calculate what is CAB by epsilon 0 by this one. Okay. Exactly in the same manner I have told, you can do try this one. Okay, this is for a 3-phase line. This is for a single phase line. Similarly, this is for a 2-phase line. Okay, so you try to do it yourself. Maybe I will ask you in assignment, I will ask you the derivation of this one. We will have to submit this. Okay. Now, except that, okay. Bundle conductor तो कोई नहीं. Except that there are different types of conductors. As you can see, most of the conductors that you use in the transmission line are not solid conductors. They are composite conductors like this. Composite conductor means the surface touch each other, but they are not a single conductor. Okay. Now this gives some kind of flexibility as well. Okay. So in composite conductors touch each other, typically stranded conductors, composite conductors are employed as they are flexible compared to solid conductor, reduce proximity effect and also reduces skin effect. As I think I have told you skin effect, proximity effect I will tell you. That means the effect of due to skin effect means there is a the current is trying to flow through the surface. Now that is due to the flux linkage of the cross-sectional area of the conductor. Proximity means if there is a flux in the side by conductor, that also affects the conductor. So there is a non-uniform distribution of flux in the conductor and therefore the current also. And now when I have a non-uniform distribution of flux, what will happen? That means flux linkage is different. So if flux linkage will be different, the surface will not be equally, will not have equal reactance throughout the cross-sectional area. So if you have a effect, that effect due to the conductors which are nearby is called as proximity effect. So these type of conductors are generally utilized and bundle conductor means, as you can see, but remember bundle conductors, all these 4 conductors represent a single phase. Okay, and they are separated by this, we can say, so that the corona effect is minimized. The bundle conductors are utilized. What is corona we will discuss in the later classes, but this is done so as to decrease the corona effect. And this is done in a very high voltage transmission. Subconductors are placed at certain distance throughout the transmission line. Now, I have shown 4 conductors for, let us say, A phase. Similarly, there will be 4 conductors for B phase and 4 conductors for C phase. Okay. This reduces corona, discharge loss, interference with the communication lines. Now, for these type of conductors, how to calculate the inductance? So this is the inductance of a composite conductor. So there are few conductors for conductor A, and there are few there are few strands for conductor P, and there are few strands for conductor Q. Okay. So how to do the calculation for those type of conductors? Because here this is for one phase. Okay. Similarly, for other phase also there will be a composite conductors having different number of strands. If it is a 3-phase system, 3 such conductors or 4 such conductors are there. Okay. So for that kind of system, how to calculate the inductance? Now here, these strands are insulated from, these strands are insulated from each other. So if total current is I, how many strands are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 strands are shown here. That means each strand will be carrying a current of I by 7. Approximately same current will be drawn. Okay. So there it is represented. Conductor P consists of X identical parallel conductors. In the previous figure, it is 7. That means X is equal to 7. Here I am taking unknown value so that it will be generalized. Each of the strands carrying a current of I by X. Okay. Conductor Q, similarly, let us say it is consists of Y strands. Now you may ask why they are not equal, because the conductors are supplied by different manufacturers. Maybe this conductor is supplied by one manufacturer, this is supplied by different manufacturers. Then they may not be having equal number of strands. The current rating may be same, but they may not be having the equal number of strands. But you can say that sometimes Y equal to X also. That may be case if both of them are of same manufacturer and same specification, but we are taking the generalized case. So I am assuming that this P conductor is having X number of strands, and the Y conductor, sorry, the Q conductor is having Y number of strands. Okay, so the second conductor, each strands will be carrying I by Y current. Okay, like here I by X current. Similarly, the second conductor is carrying I by Y current. The conductor Y, and it is, I am considering a two-wire system. So I will say this: if this is the current from the source to the load, this will be current in the opposite direction, and it is written there that I am current in the Q conductor is in opposite direction. Okay, as it is the return path. So this is how we will be doing the calculation. Now, first, this term is for the all the conductors of the same conductor, and this is for the other conductor, because the terms current are in the minus sign. Okay, so there will be 1 by DAA. DAA means the first term will be R dash or R. Okay, then DAB. DAB you can see the distance between A and B, distance between A and C, like that. Okay, for the second conductor, A dash, B dash, C dash. So the distance will be calculated like that. So up to DAX, and for the second conductor, A dash, A B dash, like that. What is the distance of each conductor with respect to A? So if I will substitute that, then it is a mathematics of simplification, and final result is important. So you will get that 2 into 10 to the minus 7 I ln all the terms dash distance is in the numerator, and all the non-dash terms are in the denominator. And how many terms are in the dash term? Dash term is the Q conductor. Q conductor is having Y. Okay, and P conductor is having X. So according to the number of conductors or strands, the root is also like that. So how many terms will be there? So like that, Y number of terms are there. Similarly, X number of terms are there, and accordingly the square root will be there. So the inductance of filament A will be A by I by X, because it is carrying a current I by X each of them. So this will be for A conductor. This is the case. Similarly, for any conductor in the B, if you are to calculate, this will be the value. Okay. Now, the conductor P consists of X number of parallel filaments. If all the filaments are of equal inductance, then inductance of the conductor would be 1 by X times of inductance of one filament. Okay. I think all of you have understood that all these strands are connected parallelly. As I have told, they are insulated from each other. So each of them will be carrying a parallel current parallelly. And if all of them are having equal inductance value, then what is the net inductance? It is equivalent to X number of inductance connected in parallel. Okay. So therefore, if they all of them will be equal, then inductance will be 1 by X term. So there it is written 1 by X times what is the distance. But if they are not equal, then you have to take the average value. If all the filament have different inductance, but the inductance of all of them in parallel is 1 by X times the average value. So therefore, inductance of P will be, generally will be taken average value. If they are equal, we will directly take that. Equal means what? If LA, what you have calculated here, is equal to LB here, that means they are equal. So directly you will be taking what will be the net inductance, LA by X. Okay. But if they are unequal, then you have to take the average value like this. So LA plus LB LX by X will be the value of P conductor. So if you will put that value of LA, LB, LC, this will be the final expression, just putting these values in the ln term as product and division terms. So that is equivalent to dm by ds, that generalized formula. Okay. Now the composite conductors are made of number of strands in parallel. Now obviously this is the current flowing to the load, and this is the return path. So what will be these two will be behaving as if they are in series. So net inductance will be LP plus LP. So this is how you will be calculating the inductance of a composite conductor. Okay. Similarly, inductance of, these are special cases. If you look at the book, you may not find in one book. Just I have taken it from different books. So inductance of the bundle conductors. The bundle conductors, as I have told, all of them are of the same phase. Okay. Now, if there are two conductors, the structure will be like this. If there are three conductors per phase, structure is like this. If there are four conductors per phase, the structure will be like this. Bundle conductors surrounded by two or more than two conductors, subconductors in each phase. Always remember, these are bundle conductors always belong to a single phase. Okay. They are used for transmitting huge units of power, and I have told it is for EHV, extra high voltage transmission. The subconductors are separated from each other at a constant distance, and generally all of them are symmetrical. Okay, otherwise, in decreasing the corona effect, you will be taking into account other disturbances. Okay, whereas in case of the standard composite conductors, the subconductors are placed in close proximity. So it is given you the difference between bundle conductor and composite conductor. This is also a common question. What is the difference between bundle conductor and composite conductor? There, we directly am writing in the form of dm by ds or equivalent cell GMD and mutual GMD term. You can also do the derivation, but that is not required. Okay, so if it is a two conductor system, so ds will be this value. If it is three conductor system, ds value will be this value, and if you have four conductor system, ds value will be this value, because these are all distances. Okay, the first term is the radius. The second term is in the two conductor system. Sorry, in a two conductor system, one is the radius, another distance. In three conductor system, one is the radius, two are the d values. In a four conductor system, one is radius, two are d, the third one will be root d. Okay, so according to that, that is there. So in the four conductor system, radius, d, root 2d, and d. Okay, once you have the ds value, then you can calculate it using this is for the capacitance I have shown. Similarly, you can also calculate it for the inductance. In the capacitance also, you can use the same value. Okay, so this is how you will be calculating for different values of inductance and capacitance. Accordingly, you solve different problems from the book. As I've told, I have given you one book. You can have so many different types of books and different types of problem. So if you are not able to find problems on that particular book, you try to go for other books. Okay. Next class, I will start another chapter. What is that? Maybe the performance. Okay. So now, as we have already calculated the parameters, next class we will use this parameter to calculate the performance of the transmission line. Okay. So today I will stop at this point. Please solve the problems from the book, whatever I have supplied.